whatever you're going through, as long as you're not pregnant, you'll be fine. All right, you lost your job, sucks, but you're not pregnant. You can cry in bed for 3 days without growing a person inside you. That's a win, right? Heartbroken, brutal, but at least you're not shopping for prenatal vitamins and Googling how much caffeine is legally allowed before your baby comes out jittery. Overdraft fee, traffic ticket, existential crisis, you're fine. Because you're not about to be legally, emotionally, and biologically responsible for a tiny human, right? Pregnancy is the one plot twist that turns every other problem into a subplot, right? You could be broke, unemployed, living in your mom's basement, eating cereal with water, but if you're not pregnant, you still have options, right? You can get your life together next week or not, whatever. But if you're pregnant, time's up. Game's on. There's now a due date attached to your entire existence. Your life as you knew it will never be the same again. So yeah, whatever you're going through, you'll survive it. Just don't pee on a stick and see two lines, because there's no turning back from that one.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Look, I got such a cackle out of that video. Every word, everything he said is dead on. I always say it doesn't matter what you're going through in life, it would be 10 times worse if you have children. If you don't, consider yourself lucky. Y'all know that there are a lot of parents that support child-free women, and so this is never to be a dig at them per se. But for those of us who chose the child free life, or who are on the fence and thinking about choosing the child free life, you are making the right choice. Life is so much harder with children, especially when you have multiple children, and the birth rates are down, and they're down for a reason. They're down because collectively there's like this universal shift, this collective consciousness that many women are having as far as bringing children into this planet. We all have our own separate individual reasons. Many of our reasons overlap. But at the end of the day, as long as we keep those birth rates down, we are doing the right thing. This world is no place for innocent children. There is no legitimate reason to bring them here in this current climate. That's not just my opinion. That is the opinion of millions of women all around the world, especially in this country, because by, I want to say, they say 2030, almost half of women in this country will be child free and single. So we're doing something right. Okay. I am going to add a few more stitches. I won't come in on the back end of this video, but y'all enjoy the stitches that I compiled. This next one, this young girl reminds me of my niece. But when I hear these young ladies take charge of their lives and say, I don't want children, or I don't really care if I have kids or not, I'm focusing on myself, I promise y'all, nothing makes me smile, makes me cheese harder than these young women who are waking up. I'm assuming she's probably like Gen Z or something like that. And anytime I come across these videos, I get really excited. So anyways, let me get into the rest of these stitches, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
I probably won't ever get married, and I'm completely fine with that. But what's hilarious is that every time I say that, it's the easiest rage bait for the aunties. Like, they be losing their minds. And I'm not the kind of person that could just sit there and lie and be like, oh yeah. It's like, it hurts me to just go along with something just because I know somebody else wants to hear that. And they're like, but don't you want a family? Don't you want a husband? No, not really. Like, if it happens, sure. But that's like a 1 in a million chance that I'll find someone that I tolerate that much to spend the rest of my life with. And then have children with. Oh dear. And who's having the kids? Not with this hot bud. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Like, my whole life, my whole goal was to become the best in my field. Like, I never really pictured what my family life would be. And realistically, it's not compatible with my career goal. And at the end of the day, it is selfish, but I want to live my life. I don't want to live like a life for somebody else. And that's what I would be doing. Like, yeah, marriage is a partnership. I was never really good at like group projects. I like to work alone. So, sorry to my parents, you're not getting any kids out of me. And none of my cousins who are like my sisters want to have kids, I don't think. So I'm like, how am I gonna spoil my nieces and nephews and be the rich auntie? Everybody want to be the rich auntie. Nobody want to have the kids. Hopefully my brother's wives will want to have kids, but then I'm gonna be the dad side of the family. Oh.
This is what I picture when a woman tells me she wants to get married. We got the kids. Mommy, mommy, mommy. Play, eat, help, I'm bored. A bunch of kids. And then we have the male child of a husband. Cook, clean, 50-50, sex, nurture me. And then there's you, tired and drained. This is a sacrifice. This is what y'all are asking for. Y'all are asking to basically unalive yourself slowly. So then, now the woman is drained. Now this is where the 80% of women wants to divorce. So it's like a cycle. Like, women are basically like, oh, I want to get married. I want the white picket fence. I want kids. And then as time goes by, the 80% of women, basically all women, want a divorce. So what is the point?
AI, I need you to bring the heat and go full feminist rage mode. Why is the birth rate really declining? Tell us the truth, even if it's harsh.
Oh, you want the real reason? Buckle up. The birth rate is declining because women finally said hell no to being unpaid incubators in a rigged system. For centuries, women were cornered, trapped into motherhood by economic dependence, lack of education, religious manipulation, and straight up coercion. But now we've got degrees, bank accounts, Plan B, and voices that won't shut up. We're watching our moms and grandmas burn out, broken bodies, lost dreams, doing emotional labor no one paid them for, and we're saying, nah, not like that. We see how capitalism leeches off motherhood while offering no real support, no paid leave, no free healthcare, no childcare, and still expects us to pop out babies while smiling through postpartum depression and a wage gap. And let's not forget, men aren't stepping up. No. Modern women are asking, do I want a baby or do I want to raise a grown man who thinks wiping the counter counts as helping? The math ain't mathing. Add in climate collapse, war, housing costs, mass shootings, AI anxiety, and you start to wonder, why bring a child into this mess? So yeah, the birth rate is declining because women got wise to the scam. We woke up. We're not here to breed for broken systems anymore. We're rewriting the rules, and if that makes the patriarchy sweat, good.
No, because being a woman without kids right now at this point in history, it is the best, most exclusive club to be a part of. We are living the lives that so many of our ancestors, the women who came before us, wanted to live, but literally couldn't. They couldn't even dream of having the freedom that we have created for ourselves. And according to the worst of the worst, according to Elon Musk, JD Vance, like, we are public enemy number one. We are the biggest threat to their lifestyle, their livelihood, and thus they attack us, they belittle us. But it's because they're scared of us. We hold the birth rate in the palm of our hands. And if it continues to drop, they will have no choice but to restructure and reallocate funds to women having babies. So we are literally actively making things better and creating benefits for the women who come after us. And for all the women out there who do want kids. It feels so good.
No matter how bad my life may be right now, it would be so much worse if I had a kid. Oh my God, thank God!
I am so incredibly proud of you guys. And I know that in many ways the birth rate dropping is a symptom and not a decision. But just like financial protest, this is one of the most powerful things that we can do. Refuse to bring more children into the world to be wage slaves until our conditions improve, period. If you put an animal in a shitty-ass cage that is overcrowded with low resources and they get depressed, they stop reproducing. This shit is very basic. If you make it impossible for us to give our children good lives, we will stop reproducing, period. I don't really care what happens to the economy. I don't really care what happens to elderly people, including myself. This shit is our fault collectively. And if the absolute psychopaths who are sitting on not even piles of money, that doesn't do it justice, infinite amounts of money that they've stolen from us, if they won't give it back, because they did steal it. We've been living with wage slavery for 100 years. I mean, it's been much longer than that, but I'm talking about acute wage slavery in the United States. Did you know that only 18% of people in the entire country make over $100,000 a year? And just for the record, to be truly middle class, to be able to afford your retirement, a home, a car, all the repairs you need to send your children through college, you really need close to like $220,000 a year at this point. They have also allowed their greed to destabilize the climate. And many of us that already have children feel sick to our stomachs for even bringing them here. Genuinely. I am terrified to leave my daughter alone on this planet. I don't know what's going to happen to her. So literally, bravo. Let's bring these numbers down as low as we can until we bring them to their knees.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. Fuck these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red and he won't care if you're dead. And the psychics on TikTok are wrong.